gasoline?
Hell yeah, I got the gasoline. What you mean?
All right. Bring it.
All right, I'm ready. Come on, you got the light?
I got the lighter right here. Hold on.
Yeah. Watch me civilize the heathen with the power of 2 tetrahedron. Shalom, Yasha'al, Black Liberation. I know it's been a minute since I've been on this camera again or in front of my YouTube audience. Hope all has been well, or as well as it can be in these times of war, which that's what we're in. But basically what I wanted to do today is I wanted to discuss true value, emotions, and family unity. Now with that, I would like to start off with a simple word. Let's discuss the word love. And I would like to pose a question to everybody that's listening, everybody that's watching, everybody that may be viewing and watching. What is love to you? You know what I'm saying? Is it an action or is it a word? And how many of us truly know the meanings of these actions or these words? You know what I'm saying? Firstly, let's talk about what love isn't. Love isn't hurting someone to try and benefit yourself when you say that you love or you care for them. Love isn't denying a person of their feelings when you love or care for them. Love is also not being selfish. You know what I'm saying? We too often say that we love someone, yet we show the most selfish means of love. Obsessive love, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Not to get into too many sections of that because we'll continue on to that. But the point that I wanted to make is there is a standard or a defined definition of what things are and aren't, which comes to a true value. Now, one of our biggest problems in family unity is we don't know true value. Hence the reason why a lot of our brothers and sisters are being put up in these oppression camps, or what you like to call prisons or jails, because they hold no true value. We chase a currency that obviously these oppressors are laughing at because they can print it up at will. Hence, you've seen the reason how they were so quick to bail the Europeans out of a so-called depression. $16.4 trillion depression to be exact, when so-called America was $14 trillion. But either way, that all comes down to modern money mechanics. You have to understand what you're chasing. The American dream is for those who are still sleeping. Wake up. You'll never get, and actually, on that note, hoodies and Skittles. Really? This is how you protest? This is how you march for a just cause? You support their agenda even more? Because I guarantee that money didn't go to Trayvon's family where it's needed. They're burying the son. You know what I'm saying? Only thing you supported was the makers of hoodies and Skittles. That's it. I guarantee if you go down the line, your people don't own that. So therefore, we have to get out of a point, again, getting back to true value, what is important. Now, they're killing our babies left and right, and they're buying up Africa like Costco's. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you supposedly stand for, you have no ground on. So, where does your true value lie? As a human, as a person, as a being, as a spiritual unit, what do you possess, or what are your means of going about possessing it? You know, as I talked to you from the last lecture, you know, I showed you how AIDS was a depopulation tool. You know, also all the acts that are coming into play, they're constantly plotting your demise. Yet we, as a people, are so indulged in entertainment. Therefore, it has done nothing for us. Like I would like to ask, name one person in entertainment that has done something for you or your community. And what makes celebrities celebrities? You know what I'm saying? Because their faces on a media-driven screen. The same people that feed you lies all day through the television. Because you see these people frequent, you think that they're somebody. What about those people who are fighting for your rights? You know what I'm saying? Who are fighting for you to so-called be free in this land of America. You know, what about those who are locked up and shut out and shunned, trying to reach you? You know, I like to ask, if I would disappear today, who would look for me? Who would even try to find out what happened? Not many, because a lot of y'all would just watch the news and think that I'm guilty of whatever they accuse us of, until it's you. You know, and this is a problem that we have to get out of, because for some reason, nothing seems to hit home until it hits home. You know, Trayvon Martin could have been my cousin, could have been my brother, could have been somebody's uncle, could have been your brother, could have been your son. And then, you know, it gets coaxed by your so-called black president getting up there and saying, if I had a son, he would look like Trayvon Martin. That does nothing for you in the justice system. He's a half black man. If he made it and had any type of child, if he had 100 of them, one of them would probably come out to look like Trayvon Martin. But what does that say for our so-called justice system? You know, there is no justice, just us. So out of that, when will you decide, or when will we decide as a people that we will no longer take it? You know what I'm saying? That we will start to not only educate our children in the ways of our oppressor, to know who our enemy is, but when will we start educating them on self? Because a lot of people will talk about education and how far it's going, but how good is your education when you're not being educated in the vital things that you need to survive? Now, as we start to keep dodging into true value, let's keep it honest. School does not teach you how to live or survive. It teaches you how to be a worker bee. You are no longer an individual. You are a part of a colony, a working colony where the queen bee is Uncle Sam. And they're getting theirs. They're getting theirs every day. Look at the gas prices. Look at everything. Everything around you is going up and you have no say-so in it. Now, is it not me, or don't the so-called history books on America say that they fought for freedom or so-called liberation? What have you done? What have we done besides march and wear hoodies and have hands full of Skittles? Come on, Asiatic man and wound man. Wake up, Israel. You know what I'm saying? When will we take the time to actually consider others? By others, I mean ourselves. If you're going to be selfish, at least be selfish on a unity basis. Self-preservation is the #1 key to survival. Right now, it seems like we're laying down and taking it because we hold no true values. We have to realize that the money that we use, matter of fact, pull out any type of bill that you have and see if there's any person that resembles any close similarity to you. You know what I look at when I see a bunch of dollar bills, U.S. currency? I see autographed slaves, slave owners. That's it. Prominent slave owners with their faces on paper. Federal Reserve notes with your oppressor's autograph. But yet you chase, you die, you run your life ragged for this. Now, as we're talking money, let's talk about currency. Because currency, the US dollar is not the only currency. First and foremost, a lot of us don't even know that because we haven't been out of the country. Okay, we have been domesticated, just as Willie Lynch broke down breaking a nigga was like breaking a horse. Now, this is all things that we can look up. You know what I'm saying? But we don't know that all of this currency is supposed to be backed by gold. So instead of chasing a toilet paper dollar, why aren't you chasing the gold? Why aren't you chasing the resources? Because 9 times out of 10, all the gold that is being held by this country doesn't even come from this country. They had a gold rush that was on the west. Went like that. Majority of the world's gold comes from the countries that they say that you're from or that you were taken out of. So why don't you have your hands in it? You know, and we start to scream about reparations. I honestly think we look at reparations totally wrong. We try to look at it for what we invest or what we've contributed into America. No, when it goes further than that. We were brought here as slaves, as packaging. You know what I'm saying? As parcel. So out of that, the reparation that is owned or that is owed is not just 40 acres and a mule, it's the whole damn kit and caboodle. Why? Because when you can put a value on a person's life, actually, when you can put a value on a people or on a certain race, let's be honest, nobody has brought more, no man has been more patriotic than the so-called Asiatic man and wound man, though they're in a land that is not their own, chasing false values. Now, earlier I spoke about the American dream, and I said it was for those who were still asleep. I meant that wholeheartedly and earnestly. Why do I say it's for those who are still asleep? It's because those who are still asleep ain't looking up the NDAA Act, ain't looking up HR 8791. You know what I'm saying? How much time must lapse before we pull our heads out of the oven. And by that, I mean they're going to fry us. They're frying us every day. Now, we can't say on the statistics of now that there are more black men in college than there are in prison, but that doesn't change the rate of that doesn't change the rate of how many are in prison. You know what I'm saying? And it's a dirty game. Like right now, they're trying to get all of our DNA in a database. Why? What's happening? Now that we can go more further into metaphysics, but that's a lecture on another day. But I still want to stick to these true values. You know what I'm saying? Do you, as a people, do you value the clothes that you put on your children's backs? The food that you put in their mouths? The water that they drink for nourishment? Or do you value the person that you're providing this for? This is where it counts. You know what I'm saying? Again, love. Now we have to distinguish, do you love what you do for a person or do you love the person? Because that's where the true value is. Honestly, I don't believe that you can put a value on a human Asiatic man or woman man's life. However, if we were, they owe us the entire world. It was ours and we were stolen. Point blank period. So by us, the reality of everything being that we are a stolen people, when do we get back? Or when do we start getting back? And when do we start self-preservation? Because a lot of us don't know who we are. Fortunately for me and some others, you know what I'm saying, we search. Our brain clicks and tells us to find out because this shit ain't right. So I guess the question that I would like to deem is, does it feel right to you? And if not, then what are you doing about it? You know what I'm saying? We can discuss sovereign capacity. We can discuss all types of things. But it all starts with the act of us coming together, unifying. And I'm not talking about a 1,000,000-man march. I'm not talking about marching at all. I'm talking about standing up and saying we will not take it anymore on all scales. And demanding, or no, not even demanding, but taking what is ours. And that's for those who feel that they are owed something. Because you have a lot of niggas that feel that they ain't owed shit. Or they live their lives as they're not owed anything. When in actuality, you are owed the entire planet. Because it's yours. Now, I can get into all types of studies and break out all types of statistics about how much of this planet we are actually inhibited. But I'll say one thing further. There's only one race of people that has conquered the entire globe through murder, rape, pillaging, and conquering. And that is the Eurasian or the European race. You don't like what I'm saying? Debate me. Hate it, love it, like it, scrub it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? These are the facts. These are the true values of where we stand in America as slaves. Now, the biggest portion of that is now you have more slaves because it's more so driven into economic slavery. Hence the reason why a man works majority of his life to make pennies. And then as he considers himself retired, he makes less than. Why is that? When this is supposedly the money that you put up, that they took from you. It's not anybody giving you anything. You've worked for this your entire life. And you mean to tell me when you get 50, 60 years old that you have to get quarters on the dollar? And actually, from what they're saying now, majority of us, when we get 50, if the country's still here, which I seriously doubt, we won't even have Social Security. But I thought this was the land of the free, the land of the liberated. How liberated are you? You know what I'm saying? If you take away the bars and put a glass window where the cage is, you're still in a cage, you just got a nicer view. Do you enjoy your view? Now, I would like to further indulge, again, true values. Family unity. How important is it? It's extremely important and detrimental to our survival. Why? Because everything that has been done psychologically to our people has been to keep us ununified. Because the forces or powers that be, quote, end quote, know this. They know that there is nothing stronger than a black family. And once the ties are made bond and that bond is there is no breaking it. Hence the reason why they spent a good 500 to 600 years of breaking you. Right now, this is the cause and effect of all that has happened to our people, though devastating. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my people are cowards. Yes, I said it. Cowards. I can blame you, but I understand. I get it, because I too was once like you. You know, I ain't always been this way. I just happen to open my eyes. And there are a lot of things that are telling you to open your eyes. We as a people happen to be naive. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't see how valuable our family is. You know? And even down to that, my women, my Asiatic beautiful women, get your shit together. Stop waiting on a man to complete you when you're already complete. You come from the creator such as I. You know what I'm saying? The same way I do. It says in the scripts, he made man and woman in his image. Okay? So that means you come from the same light. The same divine light. Stop looking for somebody to complete you. You are already complete, black woman. Black man. Stop fucking up. Stop disregarding your woman. You understand? Because you need her as much as she needs you. Though you both are complete, you're searching for something here that will never be found. Chasing the American dream. You know, the best thing that we can do as a people is stop the lies, stop trying to backstab each other, and actually figure out what's good for us as a colony. I hear a lot of brothers, you know what I'm saying, different walks of life, some conscious, some not. You know, everybody's talking about what we need to do. You know, even myself, I talk about a lot of what we need to do, though I go through problems myself. Again, I'm only human. But I'll tell you the one thing, I know one thing for sure, two things for certain. This war will be lost if there is no unity. Now, we have a lot of our black women, you know what I'm saying, our younger mothers, who feel that if they can't have the man that they desire, that they'll try and trap him up in the ways of trying to make him come back. That is not the answer. You know what I'm saying? At best, I can pose to you, if you happen to have a child by someone and you are no longer with them, consider the child. That is the only business that you have. You know what I'm saying? We move on. Everything here is just a loan. You know what I'm saying? The people that we love, the people that are here, the people that have gone. Yah gives them to us for a short period of time because they don't belong to us. They belong to him. Okay? So out of that, what you can do here on this transitional state that we call living, because really, if you're in bondage majority of your life, or your so-called life, then how are you living? You may be alive, but you are not living. You understand? So, with that, we have to grasp onto the fact that we are all we have. But don't look at that pessimistically. We're all we need. So out of that, if you knew a big test was coming, because I talk education because everybody's been to school, whether you graduated or not. If you knew a test, the hugest test of your life was coming, and you had the guidelines to know what you needed to do to prepare to ace this test and you didn't, whose fault is it for failing? Us as a people, we have to pick up the slack. You know what I'm saying? But this is not a one-way door. Communication takes two. It's a 50-50 thing. Compromise. You know what I'm saying? You cannot spell compromise without co. Co means with. You know what I'm saying? So, let's come together. And I don't really know how many more of these lectures I'm going to do. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Hey, people get snatched up every day. But what I do ask is let's not die in vain. From my heart to yours. Shalom Yasha'al. It's truth to God. Tribe of Yahudah. Shalom.
What's your problem? I said, what's your problem?
How are you today, sir? Okay, how's it going? Fine, thank you. Thank you, sir. Here you are, sir. Thank you. Hey, buddy. You gonna pay for that or what? Look, buddy, I don't want no hassle today. Either pay for it or put it back.
She didn't even go to Mama's class. I told her, for yourself and for the baby. Go!
Last night?
I was shocked. She served blue corn tortillas. It's so dated.
So depressed. I don't know what to do. Hey, go for it, man. It's easy for you to say you got the promotion. Look, it'll come, all right? Just don't worry about it.
The feeling is definitely there. It's a new morning in America. Fresh, vital. The old cynicism is gone. We have faith in our leaders. We're optimistic as to what becomes of it all. It really boils down to our ability to accept. We don't need pessimism. There are no limits. We must look to the strength of our nation, our ideal of vision.
Excuse
We don't want
me.
to just survive.
You know, you look like your head fell on the cheese dip back in 1957. You're okay. This one, real fucking ugly. You see, I take these glasses off, she looks like a regular person, doesn't she, huh? Put them back on, formaldehyde face. That's what we got.
That's enough out of you. You get out or I call the cops.
Call the cops? You know what you need? You need a Brazilian plastic surgeon.
I've got one that can see.
Well, I would say as a man of my stature, I'm only a man. I put my pants on one leg at a time as any other individual. And I care for a couple of reasons. One being is our oppressors told us not to. Secondly is because if I don't care, who will? We got to teach our babies. And thirdly, I care because I genuinely love my people. And I want to see us out of this oppression that we're in because we're better than. Way better than what we come off to be. You know what I'm saying? We have to change the way we live, have to change the way we eat, have to change the way we think as a people, as a community, as a thriving nation. Those are the reasons why I care. self-preservation, the love of my people. There is nothing more valuable than the unification of the Asiatic race, the Asiatic nation, the oldest nation on the planet. You know what I'm saying? We were the head and now we're the tail. So the values that I hold is one, to love my brother because you are my brother, and to love my sisters because you are my sisters. And the babies are the future. You know what I'm saying? So I guess to sum it all up, the values that I hold are family values, spiritual values of connecting to the infinite that we are designed to. You know what I'm saying? Our creator, to get out of the finite minds that we have, you know, to shed our finite skin, to contact and connect with this infinite divine force, which is us as a unity. That's a good one. The main ingredient to that is unification. Until we realize that we are all connected and we are all held to the same standard, and that we are all kings and queens in our own right, we will never come out of our oppression unless we have unification. That's the start of anything, a coming together of like minds and sound bodies to drive away an oppressive force and an oppressive system. That's how I believe that we will come out of our oppression, by unity and truly fighting for our rights. I guess that would depend on what do you consider family, you know, because even now they break it down to immediate family. I would say the immediate family will, you know, but that depends on how many people will wake up. Because see, the thing is many are many are called, few are chosen. A lot of us don't pick up that answer. You know what I'm saying? Whether we live our day-to-day lives is just oblivious to everything, you know. So a lot of us will fall to the wayside because we're still chasing an American dream that we haven't woken up from, you know. And I can't even call it American dream. I can call it a systematic nightmare. You know, that's the only way I can describe that. But yeah, our family can survive, and a lot of us will. However, how big the percentage of our family that survives is what I question myself. I guess that's the way I would answer that question. Look, everybody's talking, ain't nobody listening. Nowadays, babies get aborted or christened. The calendars are wrong, that's partly what the dilemma is. We don't even know the ages the world's spinning in. Watch me roll it, light it, puff it, and tote it, and hold it in to the point that I'm zoning and can't control it. A peace of mind for a moment, clarity's golden. Thoughts as deep as an ocean and scriptures quoted through poets. Look, fans ask me where I've been, like I've disappeared in search of my higher self. Yep, now my vision's clear. America is a system we've been imprisoned here, conditioned by social engineers to be men of fear. Yet the only thing I fear is the man upstairs. It ain't a coward in my camp group, friend of peers. Vocal assaults leave my adversaries with damaged ears. 500 years of hanging niggas like chandeliers. And we won't take it no more. Shalom.
To achieve results by building a better you. That's what we do. Me and my crew, we keep it moving. Achieve results by building a better you. That's what we do. Me and my crew, we keep it moving. Achieve results by building a better you. That's what we do. Me and my crew, we keep it moving. We keep it moving. We keep it moving. Moving. Carolina motherfucker representing that 919. Raleigh Durham area where homicides ain't hard to find. Liquor shop for bones, now liquor shop for wheels. I want my homies home, I keep it moving still. One of a kind in the land. Running. Listen, I'm
from the city's capital where niggas will clap at you, beef with you in the morning and get you hit by the afternoon. Another nigga gone, where does the tragedy end? Now we live in a world that has been drafted by sin. I ain't saying that I'm perfect cause I'm far from it, no, but try to harm me and mine and watch me literally bomb something. Look, little buddy, you don't wanna start nothing. Diarrhea with the bullets is nothing to start dumping. From Raleigh where niggas post in front of the 32. Kids 10 years old on the block and half of them dirty. Two killers itching to snap a shot at you quicker than Kodak. Pill popping maniacs, going off for Zanny bars and Prozacs. Me and my clique move like the transitive property. The first vote, know what I mean? Make a change.
Daydream, I fell asleep amid the flowers for a couple of hours on a beautiful day.
People, it's time to wise up. Take them blindfolds off, open your eyes up, use your mind before time's up. Everything remains the same until we rise up. Go get out and find this change, it ain't gonna find what good is food for thought? If you ain't mentally digesting it, the world's becoming colder and starting to feel more desolate. Plus our president then got us caught up in some extra shit, thinking in that the USA is in a state of deficit. Look how they treat our veterans, same people that bled for them. Cut their ass. Hey, young world. Hey, young girl. Hey, young girl. Hey, young girl. You'll be grown up in due time, but until then you should just slow it down. This song was meant to ease your mind.
Hey, young man, we all know that life is hard, so I'm tired of just your facing, yeah. This song was meant to touch your heart.
I never pray for wealth, I dream for my people to see some better days and to find a cure for all of the babies that's born with AIDS. Life is theater art that makes our global performance stage. If we play our role, then there's no way we can go astray. Why put off for tomorrow what you can do today? Cause just ignoring the problem don't make it go away. I know some homeless brothers now that need a place to stay, and some lost sisters cutting their wrists up with razor blades. And the news media tripping off of Medicaid like they ancestors worked hard and was ever slaves. Our nation is a tragedy, it's sad I see young girls selling their bodies late at night to feed their families, degrading themselves to live. Whole self-esteem is damaging. This ain't how it has to be. Didn't we descend from kings? Trapped inside a nightmare, what they call the American dream. That's an oxymoron, cause this land made my ancestors bleed excessively. Hey.